Thank you for coming in again. This is the fourth video in the series I'm doing about the mind, heart, and body. Each faculties of ourselves can inform us and tell us something about the journey. And once we start listening to specifically to the mind, body, and heart, what are they telling us? And understand their function, how they work. What is the function of the body? What is the function of the mind? What is the function of the heart? We can start listening to those specific messages in a correct way that allows us to honor the journey. But today we're going to talk about the body. What is the body? How does the body inform us? We're going to go a little bit deeper into that. But if you have not listened, heard or saw the previous videos, I recommend you to go back into the list and check them out you'll see a link in the description where I go into details. It's very important how the mind works, how to notice the mind. And when someone speaks to you from the mind, and how to know the difference between that into the heart. How does the heart work? What is the language of feelings? And why we should honor every feeling that comes our way. Today, we're focusing on the body. So the body has a different type of intelligence from the mind and heart. It does not speak loudly. It speaks in sensations. It informs us. It informs us when we're hungry, right? It's information. When you look at something, your eyes inform what you see, right? This is the information you receive from the body. It speaks, you're also informed when you're tired. You're informed when you're hot. A lot of sensations, through the sensations of the body, we get information about what's happening around us. And of course, all three together, the mind, body, and heart. If you notice that you're hot, your mind will say, let's bring a sweater, right? This is the information we receive, and then we can process it. So it's important to note that the body also carries weight on information, and we should honor it, because sometimes I look at it as the three levels, the mind, body, and heart. If they're all in alignment, you're really treading course, right? If you wake up in the morning, your body is tired. It's telling you, I'm tired. I don't want to get out of bed. But your heart and your mind are telling you this is an important day. It's not in alignment, right? You have to bring the body into this place of like, yes, I want to get up. And when all of them are already in sync, you know that you're doing the right thing. This is really the highest place where we can move forward. When the body, mind, and heart is in sync, that's really amazing. Often, I would classify the information as the heart first. Whatever the heart is telling us, this is really, really the utmost important. Instead of the mind, which I would say third. The mind is third. The body is second. We should honor first the language of the feelings, the heart, sensations through the body, and then the mind. The mind is always just wired for our protection, so it really doesn't have our best interest in terms of the journey. It has the best interest only in terms of like keeping us safe and alive. So that's why it needs to worry a lot. And if you go back to that video about the mind, you will get more senses about that. But about the body, something interesting happens when we start noticing the body. The body is informing us. It tells us if we have resistance. For example, sometimes something is happening in your life and suffering emerges because you're resisting what's happening. The body reflects that. So there is a mirror showing you your life. This is a mirror, is very clear. Suffering emerges when we resist that mirror, when we don't look at that mirror, or we don't want to believe what the mirror is showing us. All resistance to the mirror, to what life is showing us, we add interpretations and narration on top of the mirror, right? We resist the mirror. This is where suffering emerges. And we don't notice it because sometimes we don't want to look. Something happens in our life, we don't want to look. We don't want to believe that mirror, but the body already knows. It informs us, wait a minute, your heart is going fast, or there's a tightness in your stomach. This is a really great point to bring awareness to what the body is telling us, and not to lose sight that there's some resistance. This is a good place. The body is telling us you are resistance of something. If you just close your eyes for a few moments and look in your life, what's happening right now, today, this week in your life, check in. What are you resisting? I mean, you can notice it in your body. You can see maybe it's something in your shoulders, maybe it's in your stomach. Wherever it is, can you pay attention to where it is and say, oh, this is because of that resistance. Can I let that go? Can I remove that resistance? And once you start removing that resistance, clarity emerges. It's wonderful to notice that we are holding on to something tightly in the body. It's keeping us there. It's keeping itself there. And we just lose footing on actually that the suffering itself is not from what is happening. It is from the resistance to what's happening. And it makes me feel like I need to make a whole video just about resistance. But this will be another video, I guess. But for now, notice what the body is telling us, telling you when there's resistance. And you can pay attention to that. That's the place to bring awareness. Often people say, I don't have awareness. I don't know. I fall into those places. There's no awareness. And the awareness first comes, why? Because the mind is always busy to learn, to understand. And every time, every moment in life is completely new and fresh. So there's no new learning in focusing on the outside world, pointing to the world and saying, this is how I would learn next time not to resist. When you bring awareness, when you zoom out and you notice, oh, there's some resistance here, let me remove that tension. You start practicing non-resistance, and slowly that tension is there, and this is what's happening, let it go. And slowly there's no resistance. Life becomes just a flow. You move into the state of flow when you bring awareness to the resistance that is created, and that's through the body. It can help us. Of course, it's there. The awareness is there because, when your heart is racing and when you feel like something's happening, something off, there's a flight or fight mood. And this is like in preparation, but actually it's not often about like danger. Sometimes it's just like an alert. Something is off in this moment in my mind is not agreeing with, right? So it doesn't have to be fight or flight. It can be just awareness. That's really what it's about. The body gets ready to attack or to run, but also it can inform you that you're not in danger. This is just a resistance to something. And this is actually a great place to also mitigate anger. When you're getting angry, a few seconds before you're going to get angry, you're going to feel it in your body. You're going to feel something's happening. And you're going to attack. You're going to get angry. And often that type of anger, if it's not about putting a hard no, is not useful. It's not going to create unity between people. It's just going to create anger, brings more anger, and it doesn't bring clarity to people. Often we don't need anger to create some situation, like we can speak with clarity and presence. Anger is often a very, very cunning and unuseful way to live a life. So if you bring clarity to the moment before you get angry, oh, I feel some resistance, I'm going to get angry. Let me take some breath. Actually, I can take a breath for a moment and not get in that angry place. It's hard to recover from anger once you go into it, but it's very easy not to get into the anger. And because again, if you need to get angry, if you already got anger, let it rise all the way through. Be angry. Let it release. You got to release it, but bring awareness to it. Bring awareness to it. I'm angry right now. Notice what you're doing. Don't lose control. Because anger is really losing control. You lose your consciousness, and then you lose control in what you do. You say things you don't mean. Have you all experienced that before? So it's really important to pay attention through the body, which is a great vessel to negotiate our emotions. Pay attention to those, because it's the same feeling. When your ego is triggered, for me, it's here. And when I'm angry, it's a little bit lower. It's the same thing over and over. So okay, my ego is here triggered. This means that the other person is speaking to me from their ego. An ego always wakes up another ego. It's an energetic exchange. If someone is speaking to me from their ego, my ego is awake. And now it wants to attack. It wants to retaliate. It wants to solve the situation. It wants to solve the problem. What it doesn't know that the ego itself is the problem. You don't need to solve. You don't need to exonerate yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. If you feel complete within yourself, there's no need to feed the fire. But that awareness comes when you listen to the body first. There's so much more to tell, but I want to keep these videos short. If you have questions, If you resist what I'm saying, if you object to what I'm saying, I would love to hear about it. Maybe I can learn something from it, and I would love to respond to it in the comment. Please, if you find this useful, I'm going to keep posting. I do this with love, things I discover along the way. Please press the subscribe button, like button, and yeah, let me know what you think about this video. It's always nice to know that people are listening. Yeah, thank you for your time.